students have not talked to their families about their gender identity because supposedly of safety concerns or lack of acceptance, and may begin their transition at school without parent or guardian knowledge. Now, in my personal opinion, any child who's afraid of what their parents might say, number one, there's a clear lack of communication or dysfunction in their family, or the child know that they would be counseled by the parents and probably talked out of it, which is good because that means mom and dad and child needs to have a conversation about what's going on in their child's life. That part would be eliminated. There would be no cohesion in the family. There would be no coming together. There would be no parenting or mentoring or helping your child, or enforcing your moral values on the child. When I say enforce, I mean solidifying your faith-based values on your child, helping them understand why you believe what you do and why it's helpful, to have certain moral guidelines and why you veer it off. All these questions would be thrown out the window because they would just go for it. They would just go for it. Paragraph B. Now this is the word salad coming back up again. Nothing in this section shall invalidate or prevent, and I'm purposely reading this slow because it's really tricky. Nothing in this section shall invalidate or prevent the adoption of any law, regulation, program, or practice that is designed to prevent or dismantle discrimination on the basis of a characteristic listed in this section, nor shall any characteristic listed in this section be interpreted to interfere with, limit, or deny the civil rights of any person based upon other characteristics identified in this section. So to me, bottom line, I may be wrong. One group is going to cancel out the other. One protected group is going to cancel out the other supposed protected group, because you can't have light and dark. They're not equal. They're not equal. Good and bad is not equal. They cancel out each other. Somebody's going to lose. Somebody's going to lose the situation this situation. So the language in this word salad paragraph is exceedingly broad, covering any law or regulation, or program or practice, so almost anyone in government can reverse discrimination. As I said before, the original reasons, characteristics for protecting certain protected classes would be overturned. It could be overturned. Okay? It could be overturned. Unchecked and unstoppable via a program or practice. All right, paragraph B. Would discrimination against certain groups in order to, paragraph B would discriminate against certain groups in order to protect other groups, like I said before, in order to protect other groups, to be exempt from the sweeping protections of the current Constitution and paragraph A of the amendment. And like I said, one category of groups added on will surely cancel out the other. It has to, and it has to. Discrimination banned in Section A is permitted if such discrimination is done to prevent or dismantle another discrimination. You can figure that one out. Should we remedy past, future, or perceived discrimination with more discrimination? Arguably, this would mean that the New York State human rights laws would be preempted merely by claiming the motivation was to dismantle discrimination. Okay, so you can discriminate for the purpose of discriminating because this group discriminates. You feel like you're discriminating against them because of what you believe in your practices, and so you're discriminated against. Polling. I guess this is a new slide they want to add, what people thought about the ERA. CTPK conducted a poll on October 23, and the results were extremely encouraging. Polling found that the ERA starts out strong among respondents upon the first glance, with 63% in support. And with a name like ERA, that's very catchy, right? Very, very catchy. They did that on purpose, I'm sure. In support, and 24% against, with 13% undecided. After poll respondents were educated on the potential legal impacts, support for the ERA plummeted to 29% in favor and 49% against, with 22% undecided. I can tell you that some of the people in my neighborhood, when I talk to them, parents, grandparents, about the ERA, that sounds so good, and I told them what was inside. Well, I won't use profanity, but they said, no way. No way. That's not going to go. That's not going to go. Especially in high minority communities, they said it's not going to go. It's not going to go. Register to vote. So this is how we defeat Prop 1. Make sure you register to vote. Deadline to register to vote is October 26th. You can read all that, standard voting, about early voting. Voters are provided with 9 days to vote in person. You can read all that. About early mail and absentee voting. You can read all that. They have deadlines in here. You can vote early by mail and vote by absentee ballot. You can do all that. We're going to talk a little bit about some things to push the information out there, because this to me, this Prop 1 was very, very, very secretive. Although they might say, well, you know, we told some people about it, we told the public about it, but not enough of the public. They really didn't push the public. I certainly didn't know about it until a friend of mine told me. So we're going to do several things. We're going to take a couple of moments sign up to be a supporter. And I really think, to me, I think that was the best idea ever, because they wanted us to do town hall meetings, like in person. But I think if you do the video town hall meeting, that's going to be very, very helpful. You can do it wherever you are, and you can get on your cell phone, and you can call people, you can push it, you know, by text. You can push it by email, get it out there real fast. People don't have to get dressed to go anywhere. Just do the virtual town hall meeting. Very, very, very important. Anybody can jump on that. I think it's just plain wisdom that they did that. Like I said, every Tuesday from starting this 17th until the 29th of October. Donate to the cause. Donate to the cause. Host a fundraiser. The Protect Kids is outnumbered financially. There is, I think the last I looked, it was $250,000 in donations given. The opposition is well over $2 million. Well over $2 million to push their agenda. Help organize a Parent Registration Act with your family. Do it with your family, do it with your neighbors, do it with your cousins, do it with people you know that are teachers or administrators, because I guarantee they're going to walk in cold and not understand what this is. They're going to walk into the poll booth and look at this for the first time or not really take time to read it. It's the election season for the President of the United States. People is going to be jam-packed. People are going to want to hurry up and get in, get their vote. They're not going to take time to read Prop 1 before then. So we need to do a grassroots movement, you know, spread this like wildfire and get it to as many people as we possibly can. Email, text, call, have a virtual town hall meeting, do the virtual town hall meeting. I think that's a lot quicker. Also do town halls in your neighborhood if you like to, or be a presenter. We need a whole lot more presenters, people to share this information. It's really easy. It takes about an hour, hour and a half. Massage will go through it with you, and it's really not that difficult. You just go through the PowerPoints, bring the other points, do a little homework on your own, and you should be good to go. Download the printed materials. They allow you to do that from the website, including the information and presentation they have below. And that is it. I think the only thing new that we did this time was we added some newspaper articles. Page 20, after page 22, some newspaper articles you could read. People opposing our position on the ERA, other people opposing the ERA, what it does. The only thing I'm really concerned about is they try to make this in the newspaper a one-issue item. This is not about the ERA. We're not pushing the ERA because we don't have a say in a trans kid's changing. It's not about trans, not at all. In fact, I was on the train one time and I was sharing information with a father and his two beautiful boys, two beautiful blonde-headed boys, beautiful gray eyes, and I was just concerned. I told him about gave him a little palm card and told him about what's happening. And in a low voice, I was sharing it. And the guy overheard me over there in the corner. No, they're trying to kill us. They're just trying to kill us. He said, and so Dad said, you know, this is what it's about, really not about that. I said, sir, I do presentations, you know, I dug deep into this. I understand what it's about, and trust me, it's not about that. It's about your right as a parent, you know, being usurped by the state. They said, okay, you know, took the phone call from me to read it, but it's a lot of misinformation about it. It's not about trans. It's about faith-based organizations having their rights stripped away. It's about abortion being further enshrined. It's about children, you know, being subject to predatory individuals without parental notification. It's about children having abortions without mom and dad notifying. It's about children having medical practices without parental notification. It's a plethora of things, but right now the most essential thing we want parents to know is that you are going to be pushed out of your child's life. You are essentially going to be pushed out of the most significant part of your child's life, and that's what we want to try to get across. Any questions? Hopefully I can.
Yeah, do you think this will be challenged if it ever got passed legally because of the discrimination aspect of it?
I'm not a legal person, I can tell you that, but they definitely anticipate a lot of lawsuits because people are going to go in blind to the polls,
yeah,
not really reading the literature, not really reading the message, and they're going to be sideswiped. And then by that time it's too late. Then you've already spent a whole lot of money and time, and there's a lot of damage being done in the meantime while you're trying to get legal assistance to go through the court. You know how long it takes to go through the courts. You know, so by that time your child is already damaged, many children are already damaged, and so we want to prevent this from going to the ERA, to the amendment.
Glenn, what was your question?
Oh, she wanted to go on.
The question was whether it's going to be challenged, whether it's going to be challenged by lawsuits.
It's already being challenged.
Mm-hmm.
It is already being challenged. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Frankly, I don't think anybody who doesn't have children has any right voting on this.
Who does, as a concerned citizen, I have a right to vote on it because that's the future of the United States of America. It's my tax dollars going in to help this child for medical services. More than likely, it'll probably be on Medicaid if not mom and dad's insurance. I have nieces and nephews, so no, this is everybody's concern. I'm sorry,
I'm just saying
everybody's
parents are more
concern.
likely to vote against this than people who don't have kids.
Everybody should vote no.
I have a
I'm
question.
voting no on it. Yes.
When do we start?
Now, yesterday, because we're very behind in getting information passed. We're trying to catch up. Like I said, we need to do this like wildfire, spread the word, do your text messages, call people you know, do your emails, do your own virtual, take this presentation and do your own virtual town hall, okay, with as many people as you know. Just get the word out as fast as possible.
Now, you're saying that the kid who contracts a sexually transmitted disease, could be 5 or whatever years old.
God forbid, if they're 5, you know, they've been abused, they're being sexually
Obviously,
abused.
how else would they be catching it and they're being abused from a predator? So they're saying that that child has a right to basically not say anything to the parent, that he can get his medical
A child doesn't know what his rights are. A
Yeah.
5-year-old doesn't know what his rights are. All he knows is there's a problem. He probably goes to the school nurse, you know, blah, 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 there's an issue. Well, we found this, let's not tell mom or dad, you know. So, you know, the state becomes a parent for the child. It's the state.
That's communism, basically.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
I'm sorry.
I totally agree.
There's something called in loco parentis that already exists where the schools can act as a parent, when the parent is not around, it already exists.
Certain things are illegal, though. Certain things are illegal. These eventually should be told to the parent. Something like that should be, sexually STD to a 5-year-old, come on. What child is having sex and with who?
Exactly.
Come on, common sense. What child is having sex and with who? Whether it's another child or a teenager or an adult or somebody in the family, whatever, you know, that child needs to be protected.
Not disagree, but
I'm sorry you disagree, but
No,
I
I said I'm
don't.
not disagreeing.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just putting it out there that the school's role as a parent. They should.
The school's role is not as a parent, it should be as an advisor.
The parent is home, and the child is in school, it already exists. They should hold the parent. Yeah.
They should. Okay, any other questions? All right, so the last slide, they would ask you, they're just advising you that CTPK, Coalition to Protect Kids, is the New York State Board of Election Registered Ballot Issue Committee and is allowed to accept unlimited funds from all individuals and entities, including but not limited to corporations, LLCs, PLLCs, and political action committees. As I said before, they're already financially outnumbered, so whatever donation you can give to them would be greatly appreciated, greatly appreciated. Okay. Thank you so much for having me, I appreciate it. Like I said, if you have more questions or I didn't answer something, please, this Tuesday, go on that virtual town hall. All right? Just go to the website and they have dates up there where you have to register yourself, okay?
What is that website that's for people to donate?
Same as the CTPK, same as the Coalition to Protect Kids, New York.
Thank you.
And, yes, you're welcome. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much, appreciate you having me, thank you. Sorry I was late, I was at another organization earlier, thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's very important that we get that message out there because this is just a prime example of how this state has descended into further and further communistic ideals. And what I mean that is they want to be the nanny state to everything. They want to raise your child. That is so important that we get that voice out there to stop this type of proposal to become law, because people, like you said, are not educated. They don't know what's going on. They read quickly when they're online for an hour or whatever it is, because it's a presidential election, and they go, oh yeah, of course I'm for rights. Yeah, of course, I don't want to discriminate. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. This is why we're living in a 50-50 society. The uninformed voter. So, for example, oh my God, food prices are so high. Why is crime so high? Who are you voting for? Democrat Party, because, you know, they're for the people, they're for the poor. What are you talking about? Who's in charge of everything, ladies and gentlemen? Who's in charge of New York State? Who's in charge of the United States of America? Republican Party? It's the Democrat Party. Everything's out of whack. I gave a prime example earlier before this recording of how my bills are shot through the roof through insurance and property tax and us buying stupid garbage cans and everything else the nanny state government likes to keep on keeping on. People gotta wake up and use your vote wisely. That's the only power we have as a citizenry to counteract a tyrannical government that is obviously getting bigger and bigger of stealing our rights away. Let this be a warning of what will be, because our future is not bright if we don't have bright people looking at what is going on here on election day, because we need to not throw your vote away and just then cry about it and bellyache at the water cooler the next morning. Oh, what happened? Did you see what passed? What are you talking about? Oh, I did not know. Inform yourself. That is why it's important that we did this video here today, so this message could get out to the public, so people who are not aware of what is going on could be aware and actually do something about it before it becomes our next nightmare from the state of New York. The state of New York